Learning a new language can be both challenging and exciting. If you're looking to dive into the world of Korean, I've got you covered. In today's video, I'll be sharing 7 fun and effective tips for you to learn Korean quickly. If that sounds like something you want to do, then stick around and let's get started. Starting off with tip number 1, immerse yourself in the Korean culture. One of the best ways for you to learn any language is by immersing yourself in its culture. In the case of learning Korean, it would be by watching Korean movies, dramas, listening to K-pop, trying out the food, bibimbap, bulgogi, kimchi, the good stuff, try them out, and also by making Korean friends. You can do this with apps like Kakao Talk, Talk, Maum, Hilokal, and so on. By surrounding yourself with all things Korean, you will naturally absorb the language and get a better understanding of the culture. Our next tip for today is start with the Korean alphabet. A lot of new Korean learners start with the Romanized version, and honestly, I do not recommend that because what are you doing? Are you joking? Why are you wasting your time? I know the Romanized versions are a good resource to reference for your pronunciation, but don't use that as your basis for learning Korean. Unlike many other languages, Hangul is relatively easy to learn. Literally, it can take you between 15 to 20 minutes if you put in the time and effort. So take your time with studying the pronunciation of each of the characters, and by getting a solid foundation in Hangul, you will be able to make Korean words easily. Let's move on to our next tip for today. Practice speaking with native speakers. You need to keep in mind that no amount of studying can replace the value of conversing with native Korean speakers. Find language exchange partners. You can do this with apps that I previously mentioned before, so Talk, Kakao Talk, Maum, Hilokal, and so on. You can join language meetups or even consider taking Korean classes. Speaking with native speakers will help you improve your pronunciation, grammar, and overall fluency in Korean. Tip number 4. Use flashcards and gamified learning apps. Flashcards are a versatile tool for you to learn languages. Create flashcards with Korean vocabulary, grammar rules, and even sentences. You can use apps like Quizlet, Memrise, Drops, which are a few of many gamified learning apps that make Korean fun and interactive. If you prefer to do this the manual way, pen and paper and all, then by all means, go off. I have personally started using this method and it has really helped me retain vocabulary words. When I write out the words, I not only get the opportunity to practice writing in Korean, but also tend to remember the words better. You should try this too, okay? Try it too. Try it. The best part of using flashcards is that you can carry them wherever you are and practice during your spare time. Our 5th tip for today is watch Korean language learning videos. Thanks to the internet, there are countless Korean language learning videos available on platforms like YouTube. Find channels that are dedicated to teaching Korean and watch their lessons regularly. Follow along with their exercises and please, for the love of God, take notes. This visual and auditory method will definitely enhance your learning experience, so you should do that. Are you still here? If you've made it this far, then consider liking this video and hit that subscribe button. We're not done yet, we still have 2 more tips to go. Number 6 on our list today is practice regularly and consistently. Notice how I said consistently. Consistency is key when it comes to language learning. I know we've heard this one too many times already, but the fact of the matter is that you should be consistent. Find a dedicated time to study Korean and stick to it. Ask yourself, what does consistency look like for me? For Susan, that could be 15 minutes a day. For Jacob, that could be 30 minutes to an hour every other week, and that's perfectly okay. Do not compare your progress with other people's progress when it comes to language learning because you will just get depressed. You don't know what people are going through when they're learning languages, so try not to compare yourself, okay? Whether it's by listening to Korean podcasts during your commute or practicing writing Korean sentences in your journal, make language learning a regular habit. Honestly speaking, I also need to get better at finding my own cadence because by doing this, there's bound to be growth in your Korean learning journey. And for our final tip for today, do not be afraid to make mistakes. Learning a new language involves making mistakes, and that is perfectly okay. Embrace your errors and use that as opportunities to learn and improve. Do not be afraid to practice Korean even if you're not confident enough. If you're too shy to talk to another person in Korean, then you can start by making a voice recording of yourself speaking Korean, and then gradually you ease yourself into speaking Korean with other people. The more you put yourself out there, the faster you will progress in your language journey. Remember, the goal is to get 1% better every day. If you're just starting out with learning Korean, or even if you already started and you need some book recommendations, don't worry, I got you. I have linked some of my favorite books that I'm currently using to learn Korean in the description box below, so if you're interested, you should check them out. Learning Korean can be a rewarding and enriching experience. By following these 7 fun and effective tips, you'll be well on your way to mastering the Korean language. 알 수 있어. Okay, besties, thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video. I'll catch you all in the next one, and remember to be the best version of yourselves. 안녕!